Today, I want to talk about when and how we praise. And we're going to use Acts 16 as the backdrop. So, to give you a little history, in Acts 16, Paul and Silas are going about and they're preaching. I think they're in Macedonia. I think that's where they're at. And there was a guy who had a spirit of divination, and people were making money off of him. Long story short, Paul got annoyed by the spirit. He cast the spirit out. People not making any more money. They go tell on Paul. He's doing stuff unlawful. Next thing you know, Paul and Silas get beat down. Then they get thrown in jail. And according to the Bible, it says inner jail. So I guess that's like solitary confinement. And they were shackled. And the guard was told, make sure they don't escape. So think about this. They got beat down, thrown in solitary confinement, and they're in shackles. And later on in the chapter, it says that during this period, Paul and Silas start singing and praising the Lord. So much so the earth shakes, doors open, chains fell off. And at that point, the person who was charged to watch him was about to kill himself because he thought they had escaped. So he lit the torch and he went in because it was so dark he couldn't see. And Paul said, hey, we're still here. Don't worry, we didn't leave. But think about this. It was so dark that the gatekeeper couldn't even see in. So if he couldn't see, neither could Paul or Silas. So again, they got beat down, put in solitary confinement, in shackles, in the dark. And they were praising God. And that praise facilitated shackles falling off, doors opening. And then they didn't leave. And the guard wanted to know, hey, what's going on? He talked to him, took him out. Paul talked to his family and him. And if I remember correctly, everybody got saved. But think about this. Paul and Silas didn't praise after they got out of jail. They praised before. They didn't praise when the suffering was over. They praised during the suffering. They were shackled in jail in the dark. A lot of us stay in shackles longer than we have to. Stay in locked doors, behind locked doors more than we have to. And when I say more, I mean longer. Because we only know how to praise when things are good and when things are over. Praise is a part of our struggle. Praise is a part of our test. Praise is a part of our journey. Praise is not meant for when everything is hunky-dory and over. They were in jail, in the dark, shackled, knowing that there was an order to make sure that they did not escape. And that's when they started singing. Think about that. How many of us sing after we got beat up, but while we're still in jail, in shackles, behind the locked doors that are holding us down? A lot of us don't. And when we don't, we end up in places longer than we need to be because we have not learned the lesson. And one of the lessons is praise God anyway. He is always in control. And praise, like prayer and faith and action, change things. They change things. So don't wait to praise. Don't wait until everything is sunshiny and rainbowy and fine. Praise in the midst of the struggle. It will change not only the length and the depth of the struggle, it'll also change how you go through it. And that faith, that praise is going to touch other people and then show them the power of God. And then you will actually be preaching the kingdom just by the way you live and you praise. So don't wait till it's over. Praise in the dark when you're locked up and shackled up and you don't see a way out. Because it just might be that praise is the key to the door and the shackles and the light that's going to turn on to illuminate your path. Just a thought.